Today, we're diving into a question that's been haunting not just our nation, but the world. Why is our nation in so much debt despite businesses thriving and individuals living well? It's a question that's been asked around the globe, especially as some countries find themselves in financial turmoil, even while their corporations keep making profits.
It's a complex issue for sure. The numbers are staggering. Take Japan, for example. They're the leading OECD member when it comes to national debt as a percentage of GDP, but you couldn't guess that from the appearance of individual wealth. Why do we have this paradox of individual prosperity yet national decline?
it's all about the distribution of economic wealth, right? Laborers are working hard, creating value, and contributing to national development. But who's actually getting the wealth? There are three main groups that are taking a share: the government, corporations, and religious organizations.
That's an interesting point. So, you're saying that while the laborers do all the heavy lifting, the government collects taxes, corporations take their profits, and religious organizations also take a portion? How did this division come about?
Exactly. It's been happening for decades, even centuries, as part of a system that hasn't been adjusted. The issue is that these three groups, government, corporations, and religious organizations, haven't been fulfilling their responsibilities. Sure, the government taxes its people and corporations take their share, but they don't do enough to move society forward. And religious organizations? They've been accumulating wealth without helping people live better lives.
That's right. The government at least tries to manage its duties by using the taxes for public services, but the corporations, they just keep taking without giving back to society. They've become rich by hoarding wealth, but they don't take responsibility for the broader societal impact.
And the same goes for religious organizations. They've built wealth without fulfilling their spiritual duty to guide people toward living better, more responsible lives. If they had focused on enriching people spiritually, we might have avoided a lot of the social issues we're facing today, like family breakdowns and moral decay.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle. So, as these two groups, corporations and religious organizations, keep accumulating wealth, the problems in society start to pile up. And guess who's left to clean up the mess? The government. It ends up spending huge amounts of money dealing with the consequences of this imbalance, which only deepens the national debt.
It's a classic case of mismanagement. Over time, as the corporations and religious organizations don't fulfill their duties, the societal issues intensify. This leads to things like fraud, failure, even violence. The government is forced to step in, but at a massive cost. This is what causes the nation to go deeper into debt.
But here's the thing, the government can't just keep borrowing money to fix these issues. If this continues, the nation will eventually collapse under its debt. Japan is a perfect example. Individually, the people there are doing well, but as a nation, they're drowning in debt. The same goes for countries like the US, Greece, and even Korea.
And it's not just about money either. Even wealthy nations can fail because the people in power, whether they're businessmen or religious leaders, aren't held accountable. They keep their wealth, but they don't contribute to the larger social good. So, in the end, the government is left to handle the consequences, but at a cost that's unsustainable.
Right? And this creates an unsolvable situation. It's like the government has to bail out the wealthy without being able to hold them accountable. And this lack of accountability is leading to more debt, more problems, and eventually more instability. It's a snowball effect.
Exactly. And the real question is, how do we fix this? How can we hold corporations and religious organizations accountable for their role in this mess? How do we get them to take responsibility for the well-being of society?
It's a tricky issue, but I think one key thing is for intellectuals to step in and help the public understand the root causes of these problems. By studying and analyzing the situation, they can offer data-driven insights into what's really going wrong and how to fix it.
And once that happens, it's about educating the public and leaders, helping them understand their responsibilities. If we can shift the mindset of business leaders and religious organizations, get them to see that by doing right, they will actually gain respect and support from the people, then we can start making real change.
It's all about creating a society where businesses are seen as contributors to the common good, not just as profit-making entities, but it's a huge cultural shift that needs to happen.
Absolutely. And this needs to happen quickly. If we don't address this now, the consequences will only get worse. The debts will continue to pile up, and the social fabric will continue to unravel. No nation can afford to let this cycle continue unchecked.
And that's why intellectuals have such an important role in this process. They need to study, analyze, and bring these issues to light. But ultimately, it's about creating a system where every pillar, government, business, and religion, takes responsibility for its part.
It's a challenging task, but one that's crucial for the survival of any nation. If we don't find a way to address this imbalance, the future looks bleak. But with the right plan, we could eliminate these issues and reduce national debt, creating a prosperous society where everyone thrives.
Let's hope that the solution comes soon before it's too late. The world is watching, and we need to learn from the mistakes of the past. Stay tuned for the next episode where we'll explore potential solutions in more detail.
Absolutely. We'll continue this discussion in the next episode. Thanks for joining us today, and stay aware of the issues at hand.